What's going on, guys? In this video we are going to see how to prove this one using logical laws. Okay, now here we are going to prove P and not Q or Q is equivalent to P or Q. Now if you don't know the logical laws, you better watch that one first, because otherwise it will be hard to understand sometimes. I put the link of the logical laws in my description, so you can go ahead and watch that. Now let's go ahead and continue. The first thing is I'm going to use commutative law. Commutative law says when we have something or another, like let's give an example. I'm going to write with examples. Commutative law says, for example, if we have P or Q, that can be written as Q or P. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing right here. I'm going to just switch this one around. P, we have P or not Q right here, or Q. That's what we are going to prove, that that's equal to this one. Now if I use the commutative law for this one, this is going to be switch around, so it will become Q or P and not Q. Okay, the next thing is we can use a distributive law. Now let's look at an example for that. Distributive law says, distributive law, it says when we have P or Q and R, it can be written as P or Q and P or R. Now we are going to do the same thing for this one. Here we have Q or P and not Q, so same like that we can distribute Q or P and Q or not P. Now the next law is negation law, or you can say tautology. Let's look at an example for that. Negation law or tautology. It says when we have P or not P, it's equal to true, because if one of them is true, other one is false, and if this is false, this is true. If you have one true in or statement, it's going to be true, right? So that's what negation law or tautology says. So here you can see Q, this one is Q or not Q, because I'm bringing this one right here, this should be Q. So let me use this color, Q or not Q. This is equivalent to this one, right? P or not P is equal to true. So same as that, Q or not Q is equal to true. So we can say Q or P and true. And identity law says when we have something and true, that is the same thing. So let's write that one. Identity law example, P and T is equal to P. So same as that, this whole thing is and T, this is going to be just this one. Okay, so we can just write it as Q or P, because if you AND anything with true, that's going to be itself. Now the next thing, let's continue here. The next thing is we are going to use the commutative law. Commutative law, it says when we have P or Q, we can write this as Q or P. Here we want to prove P or Q, but we have Q or P. If we use the commutative law, we can just switch it around, so that's gonna become P or Q, and therefore we proved this one. We proved this one is equivalent to this one, and that's what they are asking for. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching. And if you are trying to learn discrete mathematics, there are a bunch of videos on my playlist. I hope you guys watch that too. And don't forget to watch my logical laws to understand these laws better. And also don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.